everyone, welcome to week 2 of the Crafty Christmas Collab. I'm going to do this in 2 pieces, but I'm going to show you the first set of projects and the start of the third, and then I'll come back with the finished third at the end of the video. So if I say something like I'll be back in a minute or whatever, stay tuned, because in a second you'll be shown the last thing. And I have to do that just because, well, I just have to do it. Okay, so this is hosted by Bourbon Creek Crafts. A list of all the collaborators, members, and their links will be down below the video, so be sure to check them out. Also, we're using hashtag Crafty Christmas Collab, all one word, 2019 added on to the end there. So you can do a search on that and find the people that have posted, although I did notice a few people didn't use the hashtag. So guys, if you want to be found, especially if you're a smaller channel, be sure to use that hashtag in your description. That's how you get it up above in your title, okay, in case you didn't know that, because some people are new to YouTube and haven't made a whole lot of videos and they may not realize how to do that. You put the hashtag Crafty Christmas Collab 2019 in your description box and it'll show up above your title and be searchable, okay? And then like I said, it's hosted by Bourbon Creek Crafts, who is Beth. Thank you, Beth, for hosting this. This has been really fun so far, and we've got 2 more weeks after this, so this will be airing on Sunday, November 10th. Okay, here we go. First thing I made is 2 pocket letters, Christmas pocket letters, and how I did them, I basically used 4 sheets of 12 by 12 paper. I have a die that looks like this, and I don't remember if I got it from Amazon or Ali, but it did come from overseas, and probably 2 years ago. And I have another one too, but this one is a little too wide when it's finished, so I only used this one. And I cut 3, 6, 7, 8 for each pocket letter, and then I used the center. I made a shaker. So each of these pocket letters has 8 pockets. So let me just show you one, and they're made in little pockets. So because whenever I do these, I don't like that the back shows white. So if it's not double-sided paper, I usually end up putting another piece of paper back there. And I thought, with getting Paige's recently, Paige's Pocket Letter Stamp Girl, for our fall swap, hers was either double-sided or she glued them together, but then she had little bags in the back for all her goodies, and I thought that was so cool. So I am going to do my very best to make sure whatever my treats are fit into these little bags, and then whatever doesn't. Oh, this is coming apart. Let me just fix that while I'm here. The cloth part of this store-bought embellishment is coming off. Isn't that weird? Not weird. It's like freezing cold up here, maybe between, you know, being hot and then getting cold. Just happens. I don't know. So anyway, I made pockets. This is 1 sheet of paper, and what I did is I cut the 12 by 12 in half to a 6 by 6. And also, if you watch my Stampin' Up stuff, this little lip over here on this new trimmer they have is exactly the 6-inch mark, and that is really cool. I had not realized that. I realized that the center mark was 5.5, but this little lip stops your 12 by 12 paper right at the 6 by 6 mark. It's perfect. I love that part. So I cut each sheet into 2 6 by 6s because that's what'll fit through my big kick that I have. And then I fit 2 of these on, and I conserved paper as much as I could. Like I put this bottom part up against, actually I put this bottom part, one of these bottom parts or side parts up against the edge of the paper. I think this was up against the edge, and this for the second one. Anyway, then I ended up with a piece of paper at the end of each of those 6 by 6s that looked like this, and then there was a strip, you know, a strip here and a strip here. So I used some of these to cut out circles, as you can see here, and then the other ones I did another project, and I'll show you that in just a minute. But I just wanted to show you my pocket letters. So this is one 12 by 12, these are one 12 by 12, and then these are one 12 by 12, and these are one 12 by 12. So basically 4 sheets of paper used out of the 12 by 12 pack. This is not one to go into the pocket. There we go. I'll probably, and this is coming off too, isn't that weird? Yes, I still have my glue gun on because I am still working on projects, which we'll get to in a minute. Sorry guys, I thought I re-glued this once already, but this is like a metallic trim, and it just doesn't seem to want to stay. So you can see here's some of these circles that I punched out, right? And I used 1 3/8 inch Stampin' Up! Scallop circle punch for the circles, and then for these little squares I forgot I had, well, I sort of remembered, but I wish I had a 2-inch punch. I'm gonna have to look for a 2-inch scallop square punch because I really like that. This is a 1-inch one I had gotten on sale somewhere when they were having sales of punches. It might have even been Tuesday morning, I can't remember, but I'm so glad I got that. It's by EK Success, and I love this style of punch with the lock and everything. It's just like how Stampin' Up! Does. So anyway, I cut them out of a piece left over from the first week's projects. I had this wood grainy type piece, and you can see all the little squares I punched out of that. So I am using up my scraps for embellishments as well. Then I pulled out some stickers for this one, and some, this is a wood embellishment from Kaisercraft. Traditional Christmas it's called, and it has 25 in it, which I think some fell out of before I put it in this bag. Anyway, so I put that on. I have this twine. I tried to make them similar, so I had this twine from Doodlebug Designs. Oops. And I used the red and green one up here. Then I pulled out all, I have a lot of washi, guys, so I pulled out washi and I used it on this one. I used it here. These were Target washies. I don't remember where this one came from, and this one had been gifted to me last year in a swap. These are some little scatter, probably from the Dollar Tree. They're also in here, as well as some red sequins from Target that I've had in my stash from at least probably 2017 when I was going gung-ho. So this has some of the, this has little Christmas trees in it and these words, and then the red sequins are in there too. These I bought in a package at Tuesday morning not long ago. I don't remember where I got these. This red balloon, oh, these are Dollar Tree stickers here on the scallop punch. And I got that idea from Paige. And some of these trims, the metallic in this, I had bought from Jen Evers not long ago. She had, you know, Crafty online garage sales, and I had bought a bunch of, it's like a variety pack of, well, they were all on this, they're by Doris, but I bought them from Jen Evers. Doris 2012. But Jen sold them for $2. I got all those. And then this is just some of my washi, but this was the little card I had gotten from a swap, and they put it on there, an old AAA card or something. That's cool. You'll see in the next one I used a lot of this, and I also used some of this one, and I don't remember where this came from. And then here's the one I used on top, the shaker card, both on this one and the next one. This is nice washi. I like that one. So I pulled out all my Christmas washi. That is most of it, but not all of it. And so yeah, I think that about, oh, and then yeah, I put that same washi over here that I put up here. I'm going to have to glue that a little better, but I'll do that later. These stickers down at the bottom that are presents were gifted to me a long time ago by Anne of, it used to be, her name was Michelle too, but I can't remember her channel name. And I don't think she's making videos anymore, but anyway. So I have not filled either one of these yet. So that's that one. This one, instead of a sticker up here, I used 2 of the little squares, and then I fussy cut this out of one of the strips that I had. Remember, I used these in the card, but I fussy cut, but I left enough little gold around it to show. And I apologize for my lighting. My light just died on me, and it was working sometimes, and I thought it was the power strip, but it's not, because my glue gun and my heat thingy, whatever that's called, fuse tool, worked in the same power strip. So it's the light. So I have to get a new light, which I needed anyway, because this is an OT light, but it's not really daylight light. So anyway, for videoing. This is another piece of one of the long cut aparts, and I just cut it so that there were 3 of these sort of snowflakes on there. And these little gingerbread men and the present again came from Anne from a challenge. These are 2 of the dots from the gold enamel glitter dots from Stampin' Up! That just became available November 1. And these 2 here, which I put in the center, sort of like the flower in the circle. These 2 here are from the 12 Tidings. They're in real red, which goes nicely with the paper. And then I had these other little wood tree shapes from somewhere. I don't remember where. And I think that's about it. This is the same package as this. Yeah, so that's it. And then, you know, the backs are not going to be decorated, but each little pocket will have some little goodies in it. Oh, there's another. See, I had lost one of those, and there it is. Yeah, okay, found it. Wondered what happened to that guy. Okay, so that's the pocket letters. And then, so that took 4 sheets. Well, it took most of 4 sheets of paper. And then, because I had the shapes like this, I thought, well, maybe I can make memory decks cards, because I needed one of them anyway for a challenge. So I had more of these, obviously, because I had 8 of these pieces, right? Some were a little shorter than others. So I made 4 memory decks cards. And what I tried to do, and I have a die for this too. So what I tried to do first was use, like, some of these are nice and big, and I tried to use the shape of those and then just use this die here to do the bottom. And then I thought, well, it's not really sturdy enough. So I ended up taking a piece of the Georgia Pacific 110-pound cardstock that I've been using for this challenge as well. And I cut out a full one of these after I'd already cut 4 of these other. I didn't have to cut the other ones. I just had, well, I had to trim them down to 4 inches. So that's what I did first. I trimmed it down to 4 inches. Then I just lined up this part at the bottom and put the holes on it. And then I actually thought that was too flimsy, so I did the white, and then I glued it on. So each one of these is 2 colors in the background. Like this one has the red poinsettia flower. This is the green little flower with the red centers. Again, this is another one of these, and then this is the same as this one. And these 2 then have pieces of this paper at the top, and this one has a piece of this at the top. And then I didn't have another one big enough, it was cut different, to fit on which one? Oh, this one. So I ended up using a piece of the foil paper that I had cut into in week 1 as well, that I had a piece of, and I actually just glued it on there before I put this piece on, but knowing how far up the other piece would go, and then I just trimmed it like that. And all of these I have inked around the edges with some of them in Garden Green by Stampin' Up, the Stampin' Right dye base markers, and some of them in Real Red. This one's in Real Red. I think the other ones are all done in the green. Yes. So how I did these, I first put those 2 pieces of paper down, right? I tried to line up here. I went around them with the pen, and then I had been gifted bits of lace in that same one of the same swaps last year. So I had been gifted some red and some of this iridescent white, and on 2 of them, these 2 I did first. Well, before I say that, I had napkins also. I don't think I have them out anymore, but they were white, not napkins, doilies. They were bigger doilies, and I cut it into 4 pieces. It has like holly and berries on a white background. I cut it into 4 pieces, and that was the first thing I glued down over top the 2 papers, over along the edge here. And then I had this in my stash. I believe that's from either Dollar Tree. It's adhesive backed gems, or from Michael's, when they used to have that stuff up in the front of the store, like in used to be dollar bins, and now it's $1.50 or $2 or so. Anyway, these are cut aparts from one of the strips like this. So it had 4 on it, and I cut them and used all 4. And let's see, so I put, well, actually on these 2, the last 2 I did, this one has one of those sparkly cardboardy trees that I got at Tuesday morning, and this has the package. And then the lace is under here. These 2 I actually used a piece of the red also, so I have the red and the white backing up to each other. You can maybe sort of see it here, I don't know. And then all of these are bumped up with either dimensionals, or I actually ran out of a sheet of dimensionals, so I should have used this on all of them, the foam stuff that I bought from Jen Evers in a Crafty garage sale for $5, and that's going to last me. I have 2 of them. They're going to last me forever. On these 2 pieces were part of the, gifted to me in that swap last year. These 2 little trees are Dollar Tree. The twine, again, is the Doodlebug Designs twine that I've had in my stash for probably 2 years. And on these, I used pearls that came from, I'm pretty sure, Walmart. Those little packs of Something Studio pearls. And then these have little stars that were gold and silver, and I'm pretty sure I got them from Jen Evers also. Like half the pack is silver or clear, and the other pack is gold. So I just used 3 stars on this one and this one. And on these I used 3 pearls, 1, 2, and 3, all different sizes, 1, 2, and 3. And that's about it. I thought they came out cute for the holidays. So let me know what you think about those. And then the next thing I'm working on, and I just wanted to show you before it's finished, so let me grab that, is I am working on a manila folder folio. And what made me want to do this is, I'm going to call it my Christmas shopping folio, is I have these cut aparts that are more for a journal than a card, but to me this looks like a shopping list, right? And I think I might make 2 of these because, and I just have it with measurements in, this will fit in, now let me think here. If I put it there, well, I might have to rethink this because it's too long for there unless I cut it Okay, I might, oh shoot, yeah, I wanted to put it there. This is going to be covered. Well, I'm rethinking. I might put it on the outside actually, but that was the whole point of me making this, is to have these, or I can trim them down, maybe trim it down. So I think that's what I'll do. I'll probably trim it down, or I might just tuck it into, there's going to be a pocket here. That's what I'll do. I'm going to tuck it into the pocket. So I was watching a video from 2016. It's, I believe it's Paper Crafter 45. There's no talking in it. I didn't look up what country they're from, but very thorough visual and written instructions on how to do this. She used a dollar store folder, but I have one of those whole box of manila folders. So my gussets are only 1/4 inch and hers I believe were 1/2 inch, so hopefully it'll work. But I still have to put the designer paper all over it. So I've written measurements. I followed her instructions. I didn't glue the pockets together yet. So how it's going to work is, now hers, this was the front, but I'm going to make this be my front. And I might put a little magnet here to go over to here and hook on to close it. I'm thinking that's what I might do. Although she had a magnet, I think on this flap here to hold on to here, because she has it as like a flap that opens down here. So there's tape on both sides of this. So I've already put the tape on, but I have not glued them down yet because I need to cover them. So this is the whole folder, and you can see that this actually was a piece that came off from here, and then this was a piece that came off from here. So I basically took this when I was doing this as my guide for how much I could leave room for these pockets. So yeah, I think that's what's going to happen, is that's going to go in that pocket just barely, and I might have to trim a little bit off the edges here. And then also last year I was gifted these papers from like a tablet, so they may also, 1 or 2 of them, go in here. So yeah, that's what I'm working on, and it's basically one manila folder. I'm not gonna give you all the measurements, but I just wanted to show you the start of it, because once it's all decorated it'll look totally different. And I'm thinking, because this is 7.5 inches and each of these are either 4 1/4 or 4 1/2 or something, and then we have all these little pockets, I'm thinking this is going to use 3 or 4 pieces of designer paper as well. So that'll be 4, I'm going to say 4, that's going to be about 8 pieces of paper used this week, and I was down to roughly 33, which didn't seem right to me. I'm going to say I was down to 35. And so if I use 8 more, I'm going to be down in the 20s after week 2. So I'll let you know. I'll come back at the end and show you the decorated one of these. And I'll put a link below, all the collaborators down below, to where I found this. It's actually, there's 2 videos. There's one showing how to do this, but she actually glues things down. But you don't want to do that if you're going to put designer paper. And then she has a second video showing how she decorated with graphic 45 papers. So watch both of them, because you need to be able to see where the designer paper needs to go and stuff before you start gluing your pockets down. Okay, and luckily I did that. So anyway, I'm going to finish this up and I'll be back soon. Stay tuned. Sorry my videos are so long. Hi, I'm back with part 2 of week 2 of the Crafty Christmas Collab, hosted by Bourbon Creek Crafts. So where I left off was showing you that I used a file folder and I was starting to make a folio, I guess I'll call it. So I'm here with the finished one. So let's just get into it, because I know this video is long. So here is the cover. Now, in the original video that I watched, which will be linked down below, all the participants, the person had this flap being the cover, but I didn't like that, because it felt like I was opening it, I don't know, I just didn't like that. I know that has the tab on it, but I liked this more solid cover. So this has 2 layers. It has a red paper with stars on it, then the holly paper. This is bumped up on, actually this time I used these Dollar Tree Jot foam squares, and I put quite a few on. This is not bumped up, but this is the Dollar Tree foil sheets I've been using, and then I cut into my swan paper, and I tried to get one full one on. I tried to get more than that, but they're spaced so funny I couldn't. So then when you open it up, you have a tuck pocket here, and I put, like, if you want to hide your shopping lists, you could hide them there for presents. So I have 2 pieces, and I could put more in, you know, or whatever, of this paper, which sticks out the top if you put it in by itself. So I just folded it at the bottom and tucked it all the way in. Down here I put this on so that there's a little space for a little tag, and you can put it this way. I just didn't do that because it interfered with the opening of the next thing. And I left this here that a picture could be put on or something. And this is big enough to hold your credit card. This is a real credit card, but it's a gift card, I mean, but it's used up. So I use it to cut when I'm doing my planner. So I just wanted to show that it fits a gift card in there, and it's far enough from the edge that it certainly fits. You know, it won't hinder the opening. And I did put strips on all the edges because I had one strip and here that I was able to get 4 of those little strips out of, because there's, let's see, 4, 1, 2, 3, yes, 4 over here. And now I did do one thing a little wonky, but it actually worked out better for me. This little flap here was supposed to go on this pocket, but it's better that it went over here for me, because the whole point of me doing this is I wanted to be able to fit this in. This could be your Christmas wish list for yourself kind of thing, and then the others would be your hidden secret shopping list, right, for Santa to get. But this also is a little tuck spot, so if I take this little tag, and I forgot to make something for that, that actually fits over here too. And they could put a little journal on. I'll put another little bit bigger tag in there. I just forgot to do that. This is not a tuck spot, and this is for either journaling with a dark pen or more pictures. I think more pictures for there. And then this is a large tag that was one of the cut aparts that could be used for journaling front and back, or more notes for the holidays or whatever, you know. Could make it sort of a memory book. Like if you're done shopping, you can take these out, use this for journaling instead if you want. Put a picture here. You could even put a small one here, but I'm going to put another little more of a square piece in here that can be used for a picture or journaling. And I did put some washi on this tag and up here, and I thought somewhere else. Oh yeah, I have another one, hang on. And then I have another tuck spot here on this cover. Now this, I made it so it could be a gift card holder for someone. Like if you're out shopping, you get a gift card, it could actually fit in here. It has this on one side and this on the other. But if you didn't want to do that, it could be used just to have a journaling spot where people won't easily see what you've written. And it has a little washi on there just to reinforce it. I found this gold trim that I'm almost, or ribbon that I'm almost out of, so I'm trying to use that up on some of these tags. Plus it went with the stars in the background paper. So we have sort of 3 layers there. You could put a little picture here. You could actually even put a picture or something on there, or right on there, put a picture here, whatever. I didn't want to put it this way because it would be too much. So yeah, that goes there. And that is it. And I did put a magnet under here and under here. So these 2 are magnetized, and that way I don't have to have a ribbon, because I figure the way I shop, I try to carry the least amount of stuff possible. So I usually use a crossbody bag, and I try to make it a small, long one. This would fit in my crossbody bag if I leave the flap open or up or something. I might try and get a new one that might have a zip on the top that I could just slide this in. So that way I'd have my shopping list, my wish list, and I could even just take the one credit card or my debit card or something I want to use, either in here or in here, or even just tucked in here. So everything I would need for shopping. You could even use this for your money, your cash in there, and your debit or credit card here, and then your notes and things back here. So yeah, that is my little folio. I think I've never made one of these. I've made a file folder flip book, but this is sort of like that, but a little bit different. And she had put a magnet, when she had it over here, she had put a magnet so this would stay down, and I should have done that. I might put a little tiny Velcro in the middle of that just to keep it down, because I didn't get a magnet on. So yeah, I may still do that, but it's all right when it's closed like that. So I hope you like it. I'm really pleased. So all my projects are my folio, my 4 this is for week 2, my 4 memory decks cards, and my 2 pocket letters. I was really happy with how everything came out. I probably by the time you're seeing this, at least one of these and both of these will have been sent out. I have to fill these up with goodies yet. This is probably staying with me at least for now. So yeah, let me know what you think and whether it's inspired you to make anything like that. I know everybody seems to be doing memory decks cards right now, and pocket letters seem to be making a comeback, which I'm so happy about because I love making pocket letters. But they do take a little time to decorate and things, and these are not my most decorated pocket letters, and I'll probably put some ribbon or something over here too. I don't know yet. So maybe not, because people like to store them in binders and things, so maybe not. All right, guys, I'll talk to you soon. Have a great Sunday when this is airing, and a great new week ahead, a week of the 10th. So I will talk to you soon. Hugs, love, and peace.